Hello, SynGAP Land. My name is Michael Graglia, and this is episode 29 of SynGAP 10, your weekly 10-minute briefing of all things SynGAP. Whether you're watching online or listening to the podcast, I'm sure by now you figured out that I am not, in fact, Mike Graglia. Sorry. My name is Ashley Fry, and I am one of the very many SRF volunteers working behind the scenes, at least until now. Why? Because I get the distinct pleasure of being the first guest host for our lovely podcast. Isn't that fantastic? And you know what that means? It means that I am taking over the podcast. I'm taking over the podcast. You know what else that means? It means you can too. So this is going to be a thing. If you ever want to guest host the podcast, feel free to reach out. I am having a ton of fun with it already. So let's see how this goes. Also, if you're just a listener or a watcher, that's fine as well. Just don't be surprised when you see some new faces and voices popping into your feeds, okay? Let me tell you a little bit about me. So my son is named Nathan. He is 4 years old and he was diagnosed with SynGAP in December 2020. He is super sweet and very fun. He loves to laugh. He's obsessed with water. He loves to mow the lawn and watch videos of people mowing the lawn and loves any activity that is high adrenaline seeking. I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to most of all of what I just said. I live with my husband, Kevin, who's an attorney, and I'll talk a little bit about him later, and also my 5-year-old, I should say our 5-year-old, Liam, and we have a very old, large Great Dane named Miss Lady. Let's see, what else do you need to know about me? Oh, let's see. Hopefully you recognize my face from the SRF TikTok page. I have volunteered to own the TikTok platform for SRF, and you should definitely check it out at syngap.fund/TikTok or use the handle that we have for all of our social media platforms at SynGAP1. Please follow our account everywhere you can find it, and I hope you really like our videos. I have a ton of fun creating them. I really hope they come off well at the end of things. I think they're great. All right, let's get down to business. We have a lot to cover in a short amount of time to do it. What day is today? October 1st. Wow, it's October. Why is that important? Because today is the day that your ICD-10 code goes into effect. That code is F78.A1, and you need to tell all of your clinicians and therapists about it now. Linking this code to all of your SynGAPians medical records is going to be super important. We are really, really, really lucky to have this code. All the other rare disease groups are trying to get one, so let's use it. Starting today, ask all of your clinicians to add it to their billing and medical records. All right, next is Cannonball for a Cure. It is only 5 days away. If you've heard us promoting this in the leading up weeks, it's because this is for a very, very, very good reason. SRF has pledged $150,000 to help fund Function, which is a collaborative drug discovery project in partnership with RareBase. I myself will be at least donating my husband Kevin to the cause. He's going to be one of the 3 drivers driving from New York City to Los Angeles while live streaming the entire thing online. Our other drivers are Brett and Peter, who are 2 amazing SRF volunteers and SynGAP dads. To learn more about this event, you should go to syngap.fund/cball, short for Cannonball, and we will drop a link in the show notes. If you want to donate to this fantastic event, you absolutely should. And where can you do that? Same place, syngap.fund/cball. If you can't wait to donate, or if you think that you'll forget, don't forget, please. But you can go support the RareBase cause right now at syngap.fund/RB for RareBase. Again, we will drop that link in the show notes. Quick side note here about RareBase. They just recently had a press release where they announced that SRF is only one of only 15 organizations collaborating with them. That's some big news. All right, back to Cannonball. You should like and comment and engage with all the social media posts that you see about this particular event, and you can share it with your friends using hashtag #UFDCure. Hashtags are literally the easiest way to share and connect with people and events online. So we're going to have a lot of time to fill for these drivers. They have a 60-hour trip across the nation. So I know that I'm going to be very entertained by what they are doing. So what I want to do is help everyone engage with them to make this the most memorable road trip of all of our lives. Let's make it happen. It's going to be epic. Next, today is Census Day. I can't believe that I get to be the one to share all of this fantastic information with you guys today. back to census. Today is Census Day. So every quarter since early 2019, SRF, working in collaboration with other SynGAP1 groups, everywhere from China to Argentina, India to Russia, these organizations count the number of diagnosed patients around the world, which is really important because the bigger that number is, the more likely it is that industries are going to be interested in researching and investing in SynGAP1. So we are detailing the counts by country so that we can help families connect with each other. And by tracking all of our patients, it brings us that much closer to having a clinical trial recruitment, which matters because this is how we're going to get an increased level of SynGAP in our kids' heads and brains to reduce all of their other symptoms. I know you're all familiar with it, but I'm going to spell them out again. What are these symptoms? Epilepsy, sleep disorder, intellectual disability, undesirable behaviors, low muscle tone, etc., etc., etc. So, big reveal, what is that number? Drumming roll, rolling the drum. The number is 883. 883 patients means that we have found 75 more patients around the world in the last 3 months. And this is during a pandemic, people, right? This is a huge, big deal. At this rate, we are going to reach 1,000 patients worldwide by early next year. Right? All right. Learn more at syngap.fund/census. I just love those short links. The next bit is for anyone who will have to bring their SynGAPian to a doctor at any time in the future, aka all of us, right? Go to syngapresearchfund.org/families/doctors to find a killer PDF that you can download and bring to everyone from your pediatrician to your various specialists to help them inform your care. Check that out. Reminder for everyone who is in the Northeast, in and around New York City, we are going to be hosting our first annual gala on Saturday, October 23rd, 2021. This is going to be remarkable. Dr. Ben Prosser of UPenn is going to be talking about his ASO work on SynGAP1 and STX-BP1. Our co-founder, Ashley Evans, will also be speaking. This is a rare treat. Don't miss that. We're going to have an auction and lots of incredible people in attendance. Please join if you can. You can find more information at syngap.fund/gala. Guess what was just released this morning? Yeah, our newsletter. I'm sure you got it. SRF is dedicated to sharing all of the things that go on with all of our families. Like everywhere we're reaching out and making strides, we want all of our families in our SRF community to know about the work that SRF is doing. We try to put all this information into various formats so that it reaches you somehow, however you prefer, right? If you're not yet subscribed to the newsletter, you can go to our website, syngapresearchfund.org, and subscribe. You can also see today's newsletter at syngap.fund/news. We will link that in the show notes. Last but not least, SynGAP 10 is a podcast for the entire SynGAP1 community. It's 10 minutes per week. If you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. So hold on, let me just back up and say, did you know that you can follow SRF on all of those platforms by simply using the handle @CureSynGAP1? Yes, you did, because I mentioned that earlier. It's the universal way to find us everywhere you are. Okay, anyway, if you're watching on social media, just a reminder that you can go wherever you listen to podcasts and subscribe by searching for SynGAP 10. We have a short link as well. Go to syngap.fund/10, the number. Check it out. Now, I would like to use my host privilege to thank every single one of our amazing, impressive volunteers who work every day to raise awareness and money to expedite research and clinical readiness. So if you're interested in volunteering at any level, please reach out. The water's fine. I'm having a great time. I try to do as many things as I possibly can, which, admittedly is low and not very much because I have a SynGAP kid. We all do. I get it. We get it. We just want you to be part of our group. Join us, please, and thank you. All right, folks, that wraps up this week in SynGAP land. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Connect with us again before our next podcast. We'll see you soon. Take care.